this amazing 1975 Fender Telecaster Deluxe. The owner asked me to take care about the setup, and there's also something weird going on with the electronic of this instrument. And I will make a lot of maintenance work, show you a couple of luthier hacks that can be very useful for you. So lean back, relax and enjoy the video. First things first. After inspecting the instrument, I consider that the neck angle is way too low. This is not a big deal on an early Fender instrument because they have this micro tilt system. I will come to this later. And there is also this electronic issue. The tone pot is working more than a volume pot, and this is not the way it should be, so let's take care about that. This is really a very nice sounding instrument, but let me explain you the electronic issue. If everything is set up to maximum, everything works fine. But if I reduce the amount of the tone pot, the signal is gone. There is something weird going on. So before we take care about the setup situation and the microtilt system, first of all, I want to check up the electronics, and therefore I have to disassemble the instrument, and this is what I'm going to do next. while removing the so-called Fender micro tilt system, which is actually a very good system to adjust the neck angle, I will come to that later, I consider there's a lot of corrosion going on. The adjustment screw for the neck angle is totally baked into the ground plate, which is not a good sign. If you see something like that, you can be sure that the instrument was stored for a long time in an environment where the humidity was very high. And this brings me to the idea, maybe this electronic issue is also caused by too high humidity. But we will find this out later. Wow, look at this. And this is something that you don't see very often on vintage instruments. Everything, excepting the three-way toggle switch, is original on this guitar. Look at the capacitors, everything is fine. So my first idea is I can't remove the original tone pot. I have to take care about it. Maybe I can repair it. So let's go for it. So I recognize while turning the not working tone pot, there is a middle position where it's some kind of stuck. But I don't know if I really have to replace it, so therefore I will clean everything up and take some measurements and hopefully I can keep it. Meanwhile, I discovered a tiny little crack in the plastic of the tone knob, which can be the reason why the tone knob is not working properly. Maybe there was some force applied to the pot and therefore it get damaged inside. It's always something about a forensic investigation if you're repairing a vintage instrument. And this is something that I really enjoy. And if you're still watching this video and you like what you see, feel free to give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. This will really help me out making this video. Thanks for your support. And after cleaning the pots and inspecting every single soldering point of the electronic, I always like to measure the ground of the instrument. You want to have a connection from the output jack ground to the bridge ground. But in this case, there is something weird going on. There is no connection from the ground from the output jack to the bridge ground. Maybe this is the problem why the tone pot don't work properly. Let's find it out. Still not a satisfying result. And my gut feeling says, hey Nick, remove the bridge to check the connection between the ground wire and the base plate of the bridge. And this is what I'm gonna do next. I'll look at this, and there's a really nice writing going on underneath the pickguard. And actually I have also planned to disassemble the bridge to clean everything up, so this is not like an extra step, but let's see what happened underneath the bridge. Okay, the ground wire is there, but is the connection correct? You surely recognize there's a lot of corrosion going on also on the base plate of the bridge, and it looks like the ground wire is pressed too far into the body and the connection is not there. So let's clean up the corrosion and find a better position for this ground wire connection so that the surface of the base plate can 100% touch the ground wire. And after scraping away the corrosion of the wire, I get this result. Which gives me hope that I have solved the problem. And this is the moment of truth. Let's measure the ground connection for the last time. So let's check the function of the electronic. I like to do it this way because I save time. Keep in mind, if you string up the instrument and something is still not working perfectly, you have to disassemble the strings, you have to disassemble the pickup, and then this way, while taking just a screwdriver, tapping on the pickups, you can easily check the function of the pot and the switch, and everything is fine. You save a lot of time. Meanwhile, I discovered that the input jack is also a bit loose. I will fix that. And at that point, I want to show you my sound boost hack. Quite simple, but very effective. You have surely noticed that I haven't screwed the neck screws totally in. I need a little bit of a movement. Why? Because now I'm applying pressure and pressing the neck as much as possible into the body, and while doing that, I tighten the screws. And there you get a better neck to body connection, and this can really boost your sound. Feel free to check it out on your instrument, and please let me know if you hear any difference. And at this point, I consider that I have to do a fret leveling job. If you're interested in that, I've made a separate video about fret leveling. Feel free to follow the link in the right corner. But before that, let me explain you the Fender Micro Tilt neck angle adjustment system, which is very useful. A lot of people hate it, some people like it. It's quite easy. There's a screw where you can adjust the angle of the neck, so there is no need to make any veneer neck shims. The negative thing is it can be very sloppy. So the next step is covering the whole maple board with tape to protect it. And there is one thing that you have to take care about, especially on vintage instruments. You can peel off the lacquer while removing the tape, and to avoid this I always stick it to a dirty surface so that it's not so aggressive, or you just use a low adhesive tape. So thanks a lot for watching this video till the end. This was quite a lot of talking. I didn't expect that while editing this video, but sometimes I have to explain things to make things clear and that you have a great benefit out of it. Thank you so much for supporting my luthier craftsmanship. Feel free to check out my other videos. There will be a setup video coming up soon. Enjoy your life, make music, and see you the next time. Thanks for watching.